Alright guys, I got a 2010 Toyota Sienna here. As you can see, listen to the sound of this engine. The customer changed the battery himself. He killed the idle on the throttle body, right? So if you're having a low idle and your car or any Toyota is doing something similar to this, look at that. Look at that needle. It's going up and down, and plus it's below 500 RPM, all right? See that needle right there? It's going up and down. But if I press my pedal and I keep it stable, the car stays good, all right? And all you gotta do is open up the duct pipes here. Well, we are gonna let this car relearn the idle, so you have to drive it around for probably about 30 minutes. But other than that, you can take this pipe off and clean the throttle body, all right? So what I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna remove this housing here. I'm gonna remove all this, and I'm gonna get in there and we're gonna remove and clean the throttle body, all right? I'm gonna show you everything step by step. All right guys, we're back and I'm gonna show you how to remove all this. So these vacuum cables, make sure you put these back. You unplug all three, all right? Let me get to that one later. You have number 10 right here, and there's number 10 on the opposite end also, right? So remove this, and in the back, let me feel it. It's like right across this, all right? So let me get that one out. Not even on it yet. There it is. Usually this bolt will fall, so be careful, all right? Disconnect the mass airflow sensor, all right? We have that out. This line right here, you could just lift it. It's just sitting there on the housing there. And then we have another vacuum cable right here. Make sure you take this off and make sure you put this one back. Other than that, you will have some kind of codes. All right, so next step is for me to go get a small little ratchet to take off or loosen up the number 10 that's on this air duct pipe that's connected to the throttle body. All right, so I'm gonna be taking that off next. All right, so I got my number 10 here. I think this has never been opened, and this is the first time this is being opened. All right, let's see how dirty the throttle body is. All right. All right, all you need to do is like 5 or 6 threads, and then it should be loose for the duct pipe to just come off. This duct pipe probably has a good grip onto the throttle body. Let me loosen a little bit more just to make sure. All right, that should be more than enough. All right. It probably got a good grip on it. It's not gonna come out that easy. So just let me go get a flathead screwdriver and I'll just push it off. All right, so let's take this. You could use a pry bar or a flathead screwdriver. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna push over the little pipe there. All right, make sure you don't break the intake over here because you don't wanna push against any of these plastic intakes here. If you have a different year, make and model, long as it's a Toyota, guys, just clean the throttle body, because Toyota, I know it's very sensitive on the throttle body, all right? And this guy, he disconnected his battery, so that's one of the reasons why the idle went down. But I'd rather do the throttle body service, clean everything up down there. And I hope there's no other lines connected to this, so I just need to pay attention to the back end of it. So this little line over here also has a mount back over here. That's what's bothering us right now. And also this little vacuum line that I forgot to take off. Let me maneuver this back. All right, and that's it. There's our intake. All right. I'm sorry, the air filter housing is out. All right, the throttle body looks pretty dirty. I'm gonna show you in a moment. But while you're at it, guys, pay attention to the filter. Change the filter. I am gonna change the filter on this car. But anyways, let's go take our camera. All right. Look at that throttle body, guys. Look at that carbon buildup around it. So I am gonna clean all that carbon all around it. And the way to do it is, guys, I'm gonna show you. All right. So simply what I'm gonna do is check engine light is gonna come on because this sensor is disconnected. If you can connect it back to the throttle over there, I mean to the air duct pipe, air filter housing, connect it, let it sit to the side. But I need a lot of clearance, so I'm gonna just let the check engine be on, and then I can just reset it with my scan tool. But if you don't have a scan tool, then I would suggest make sure you keep that on, guys. Don't kill your check engine light. When it comes on, you're gonna have problems. But anyways, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna put the key on, all right, and I'm gonna press that pedal with something, all right, like a wood or a stick would help me. All right, guys, so got me this long screwdriver. What I'm gonna do is, if you can have somebody help you, they can press the pedal for you. If not, then well, that's a gas pedal. What am I thinking? All right, let me go bring my seat up. So I'm gonna simply bring my seat up. All right, as I do this, the throttle body should open up. All right, let's go take a look at the throttle. Should be open. See that? Look at that throttle body. It's open. The more you press, the more it's gonna go down. But at this point, we can clean that throttle, right? All right, guys. So if you have a throttle body cleaner such as this, if you're having a bad idle, just clean your throttle. You could use this little guy right here, 10-15 bucks. Use a clean rag, guys. So I'm working with one hand, guys. So don't say anything bad about my job here. All right, so you could spray inside. What this is gonna do is it's gonna eat up all that carbon. You could spray on the rag, and all you're gonna do is simply clean the rag. You get all that dirt coming out, right? And I'm gonna pass that pedal a little bit more so I could get a better little angle. And this thing has a very strong odor, so don't inhale it, guys. You just don't want to push on that throttle body. A lot of people do send me message, oh, how come you didn't dismount it? Because you're pretty much making the memory go bad on this little guy. All right, so it's already looking good. All right, you see that, guys? It's already looking good in there. All right, my lighting is not so good, but it's looking good. So I'm gonna take a moment, I'm gonna clean this, and I'll be back and I will show you the clean product. All right, guys, I'm all done. The throttle body is nice and clean the way I want it. Look at all this stuff that came out. This rag is dirty all around. I should be able to do a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna call my friend to help me a little bit, and I should be able to clean the throttle body much better. All right, guys, so let me continue and then put everything back together, guys, just the way we took it off. Guys, so I left the other day. It's next morning. All right, it's a Tuesday morning. Got my filter, but I couldn't complete the job, so I'm just gonna continue it. So the part number here on the filter is right there, PA5432. So that's the filter right there. We're gonna take out, swap it, make sure you look inside. There's no dirt, debris, leaves. Just take a really good look at it. All right, and we'll put all this back together and start up the car. Even after we start up the car still might have a bad idle, because once the memory is lost, once you disconnect this little guy right here, the battery, you lose all of your memory. The throttle body is never going to be stable, but it takes about good 20 minutes of driving, normal driving, 15-20 miles per hour. Just go around the corner block, somewhere safe so the car doesn't shut off on you. I've done a lot of these. It can be hassle. You have to press the gas pedal and the brake at the same time. So let's say you come to a complete stop, you take your foot off the gas pedal, the car will shut down. You have to keep your foot a little bit on the acceleration and use the brake with the other foot. So you really got to be careful. Take it on the road, take it in a parking lot, just be safe, all right? That's all I can tell you, all right? But I'm not going to be showing you that part, but let's see what is our outcome. So if your car is stalling, this will be one of the reasons if your car stalls at a red light, it vibrates and you see the needle drop. All right, and just don't disconnect the battery. That's when you're gonna kill all the memory on the ECM for the throttle body. All right, so let's continue. All right, guys, so let me grab this filter, and what I'll do is I'll take the filter out of this box right here, and there's our new filter. All right, guys, let me put a little bit to the side. All right, guys, pay attention to this filter when you remove it. All right, one of the corner is squared out compared to the rest of them. They're all oval, round. One is a little squared out. So wherever you took that out from, like this one I took out from right there, you couldn't even see the shape of the duct box, air housing box. All right, guys, so make sure all the dirt and debris is out. Look inside, there's nothing in there. Like this one has a little bit of leaves. All right, just take those out. If you have a vacuum, you can vacuum this little guy. But this looks pretty good, guys, in here. All right, and you also don't want to throw none of the dirt inside the throttle body, so be careful, guys. So simply take your filter, place it just the way you took off. All right, just like so. All right, and now we'll take our let me move this out of the way. We'll take the air duct pipes. All right, remember this little cable right here, this vacuum line is very important. All right, all the vacuum lines are important. All right, but just route it, guys, just the way it was, because that cable, that thing routes through here and there. All right, so make sure it stays up above. All right, and pay attention to your connector for the sensor up on the top, the airflow sensor. All right, so gently get this thing in there. Once it aligns, you just push it right in, guys. All right, you're probably gonna have to do it by hand, and then you could put your hands inside and get these things to line up where they're supposed to be at. But anyways, you got to get these earlobes right here in first, otherwise this filter will never fit. And also at the same time, make sure your air duct pipe is nice and in there like it's supposed to be. But the camera is on my way, I can't even put my arm around it. So let me see if I can get it to sit on, right? Otherwise I will be putting the camera away for a little bit. All right, so I am gonna put the camera away because it's disturbing my clearance here. So just get this thing in there. I'll show you once it's done. All right, guys, I got the air duct pipe in there, and my light is really bothering me, but let me try to keep the light in one position. All right, I got the air duct pipe. I also pushed this little vacuum line into place where it's supposed to be at. All right, make sure you put your vacuum lines in, all of them. You don't want to forget anything. All right, there we have this one. All right, and make sure you get your air filter housing properly. The earlobes in here has to go in first or nothing will align. All right, once they're in, it should drop right in there, and this little guy right here should be right in that little square area. Right, my vacuum line, if you notice, it got pinched in there, so be careful with your vacuum line here. All right, so and do make sure when you put your vacuum lines all in. All right, do not forget anything. All right, so let me see if I can lock this guy up by putting this bolt in. All right, and then I got a bolt in the back. Sometimes the bolt will not sit on it, so just try to push the bolt down. I still haven't got it, guys. There you go. All right, took a lot of turns because it was just spinning on the top. Don't forget to tighten the bolt over there. So make sure you tighten this little guy right here. If this pipe come out for any reason, this air duct pipe, the airflow meter right here, the sensor will not read anything, and you will not have your car probably will shut off on the spot. All right, so make sure everything is nice and tight and firm. All right, there we have it. we got our this big vacuum pipe there. There's a vacuum line that we took off right here. All right, and there's another vacuum line. Oh, this is closed. This port is closed, so nothing goes there. Or does something go there? Right? Yeah, I believe something goes there. So we'll figure that one out because somebody else worked on this car before us. So things are all off. All right. So let's get this vacuum in there, and then get this vacuum in there. So yeah, there's definitely something missing here, all right? Unless we drop something. I did hear something fall earlier, so I will look down there. So this definitely has to have a vacuum line, all right? Don't forget to put your connector in, all right? Let me figure this out, and we'll continue, and I will fire up the car, and let's see how it reacts. It's probably not gonna be normal in the beginning because we sprayed that stuff in there, but it will calm down afterwards. All right, guys, all done. Found the little vacuum line. Make sure you put that in. You see the little cuts on the vacuum line? We're gonna probably zip tie them a little bit. All right, make sure those vacuum lines do not come off. But anyways, everything is complete, guys. Let's go crank up this car. All right, and we're gonna pay attention to some of these. All right, sometimes wires are broken. All right, guys, so let's go inside the car. Let's fire up this car. All right, there's hell of a stuff. I guess somebody was working on this car before us. You see these wires are just hanging. All right, so let's crank this car up. All right, got my key here, guys. The seat is really forward because we pushed it, remember? Let me push it back. All right. All right, guys, the idle is stable right now, but I'm gonna let this car warm up really good, and then we'll come back to it and let's see how it reacts. All right, if you do this and you start up your car and your car was already warm and it acts funny when that's normal because you sprayed the stuff inside, guys. But anyways, we'll check that up in a little bit. All right, let's let this car warm up. All right, guys, so checking back on this car, the idle looks really good. All right, the car does have a little misfire. I'm gonna look into that, but look at my idle, guys. It's stable. The car is nice and hot. This is a really good sign. All right, so the car is nice and good. All right, so let's check other things on this car, but I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on it. But if you see anything about the Sienna, it will be up there. But anyway, guys, thank you, and subscribe and share and like all of my videos. If you have any questions about idle stall on Toyota, send me a message. All right, and any other car, similar procedure, just send me a message. I will tell you exactly what you got to do.